Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We'll see the Indiana Pacers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And it's the Pacers to start out. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Down low. O'Neal. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Oh, are you kidding me?
My goodness. What a powerful dunk by Towns. Showing the rim no mercy.
George, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love.
And that's a foolish pass. Plain and simple.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
He can move around with the big boys. Halliburton not giving in on the interior.
Wow. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Here's Halliburton. It's tipped. They've got numbers. Here's Garnett. Kicks it out, Towns. Off target with the three. Pass to O'Neal. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. George outside. Halliburton right side. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from 14. Nice shot by George.
With how good PG-13's jumper is, that is an easy make.
Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Now that's how you rock the rim. Give him the 2 points and add a little style there as well.
Ridiculous.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Towns right side. Butler on the wing. And here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
For three, George. It's hauled in by Garnett.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And it's powered home by Towns.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. From 13, Halliburton, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Edwards. Here's Garnett. Easy jumper from very short distance.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Halliburton for three. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. Pass to Garnett. And he banks in the layup.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
Another miss by Halliburton. Now the Timberwolves with it. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Oh, got that one up quick. Edwards got 6.
I didn't see that coming. He sinks a pretty dicey shot.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Pacers trail by 5. For three, George. Pass to Artest. Let's go with a three. And that's good. Paul George for three. He's got 5.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Marbury. Takes the three. And it's Smits with a rebound. George for three. And again, it's Indiana with a three.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Tremendous effort. Defends the shot and gets in perfect position for the rebound.
Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Pacers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Pass to Boosie. And the basket is good.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Pass to Boosie. Over Edwards. The shot by Boosie, no good. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Here's Garnett, covered by Daniels. Garnett, that's good.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Butler on the wing. McGinnis with a rebound. Pacers trail by 3. Oh, deflected. To the inside. Here's Garnett. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Double team on Towns. Shot clock at 6. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Garnett. He drops it from range. Garnett's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
George outside. 2 points. That one goes. George has got 10 points in the game.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees. Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Fires for 3. Rebound Minnesota. 1:31 left to play in the second quarter. Ant-Man getting it done inside.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
1:10 left to play in the first half. And Minnesota calls time here.
Start.
The Timberwolves lead by 5. Edwards attacking. Rebounded by Halliburton.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here.
Timeout.
A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on.
Free throw good. Halliburton. There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Halliburton using the vertical there.
Oh, merciless jam by Halliburton. He's got some serious hops.
It's stolen. Out of bounds. The Timberwolves will take it.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Minnesota in the lead. Here's Granger. And the three-pointer goes. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Pass to Marbury. Out to the right wing. To the right side. Here's Cassell. Minnesota again missing. Indiana on offense. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Here's Siakam. Another one falls for Indiana. Knocked away. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Pascal Siakam throwing it down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Indiana ahead. They lead by 5. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Indiana leading by 3. Pass to Siakam. Siakam the screen. Three-pointer. Halliburton knocks down the long J. Halliburton's got 11.
Yeah, you've got to be attached at the hip to Halliburton, especially when he's operating on the perimeter.
And here's George. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. And 12 points for Paul George.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Butler with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Ahead. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. On the drive, Butler. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Indiana leading by 6. It's George on the wing. Fires from 14. And Indiana again with the bucket.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Back to Edwards. To the paint. Here's Garnett. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
Pass to George. The 3 is up. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. George has got 7 points for the quarter. Timberwolves trail by 9. Now here's Love. Now here's Towns. He's covered by Siakam. Inside. Here's Edwards. He's got 12. And they double up Edwards. Love for 3. Counted from distance. Love's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you could see Love getting ready to tee that one up. He was looking to answer.
Here's Halliburton. Some solid defense from Butler. And Minnesota with possession here. Butler on the wing. Back to Love. Oh, here's Love with the jam.
Such nice work from Butler off the pick.
Time called here. The Pacers decide to talk it over. Pacers leading by 4. Pass to Granger. On the take. And he throws it down with one hand.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
.119 left in the third quarter. Here's Garnett. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
1:04 left in the third quarter. Oh, it's stolen by Towns.
Well, you see those defensive instincts paying off. Great anticipation to pick the ball and head the other direction.
There's a screen by Love. It's Edwards with a drive. Edwards on the attack in transition.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Edwards looking for an opening. Shot clock at 5. Into the lane. He got a piece of it. They get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Number 1, Freddie Lewis.
Here's Lewis. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming this way. Indiana shooting their second and third shots at the line here. The first free throw is good.
Lewis taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the strike.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Out of bounds. It'll be Indiana's ball.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Just 3 on the clock. It doesn't go for him. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Indiana ahead. They're up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Lewis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Pass to Garnett. Wow! Now 10 for 10 after that one. He's on fire.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Lewis can't get it to go. The Timberwolves trail. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
And you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Siakam for 3. And Indiana misses again.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean.
Get up, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
Lewis can't get it to go. Minnesota with the ball. Pass to Garnett. And here's Edwards. Back to Towns. Siakam with the defensive effort. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. High post Towns. McGinnis with a rebound. Here's Indiana. Trailing by 2. The floater. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
Into Indiana.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Person. Drops in the 3. Person's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
Wow, look at Kevin Love attacking the rim, using his height to get up there.
Second personal foul.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Minnesota?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Timeout, Pacers. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what the Pacers head coach was saying to the team. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team. How bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Oh, the stuff!
Yeah, selfless play there. Halliburton is a great scorer, but he also looks to empower his teammates.
Towns outside. Outside Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Towns. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
Well, in a big moment, go to your big man. Towns can be so dominant when he needs to be.
Rebounded by Love. Minnesota in the lead. Towns down low. Here's Garnett. Outside Edwards. Oh, he missed the jumper. Here's Indiana. And he drives in. That one goes. Yes, sir.
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keying in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
Oh, it's off.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Butler rips down the board. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Towns. Towns throws it down.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
A one-handed jam, rocking the rim.
Just wow. A monster flush from the big man.
Edwards with it. Now Towns. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
Well, this is why you go to Towns in the clutch. That is big time.
Timeout, Pacers. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
George. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Edwards. Oh, wow!
Look out! Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And they go to the intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
At the line for two, Anthony Edwards.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a three-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a four-point ball game.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy,